worst of the unbelievers. He knew what the fuck he was talking about. He just wondering if you was gonna know when it come back to you, because they was gonna touch it. Yeah, they was gonna touch that shit. Tell you the Quran untampered with. How the fuck is that even possible when you don't even know where the original? Where is it at? The original Quran Muhammad wrote don't exist. What does exist is a reprint after all of the Qurans was collected and burned. All of the ones who had a dedicated memory was rounded up and killed off. So how in the fuck you got a Quran now? That's not the Quran. I don't know what the fuck that shit is y'all got. I know where a original Quran is, but I'm not telling you motherfuckers. Malachi tell y'all, Dr. York could tell y'all because he read it in its original purity. I don't read that shit, so I don't give a fuck where it's at. I set the some bitch on fire myself, because it's not gonna change nothing. And the thing that is not gonna change is this is the end game. Checkmate, motherfucker. Donald the fucking Duck is tap dancing on these motherfuckers' backs, cause that's the way this shit go. See, they use clowns and buffoons to make us look silly. Well, we use clowns and buffoons on their side to make us liberated. I mean, shit, tit for motherfucking tat. You tick me, I tick tack back. Motherfuckers. You know, it's fair exchange, ain't no robbery. That's equal exchange. They made you think that the highest you can be is motherfucking Amos and Andy. Shit. Okay. I'm gonna put Amos and Andy in the White House. How you like that motherfucking shit? Put Amos and Andy in the White House. You see him do his old Mutt and Jeff routine. Good cop, bad cop. You know? He go to wrestling. Y'all gotta watch it now. He went to wrestling to learn how to be an asshole. Then he took on his job as an apprentice to learn how to execute as an asshole. He was the apprentice. What the fuck? He was using the other people as crash dummies. How do you know he was the apprentice? The name of the show never changed. And the only motherfucker that stayed consistently on the show was Trump. What the fuck was he there for? He was learning something. He was learning how to act like a goddamn buffoon. And I can't wait for him to turn around and look at Sleepy Joe and be like, you're fired. Turn around Obama, you're fired. Get the firing motherfuckers up there in the White House. You was doing that shit on The Apprentice. You was pretty good at it. Fire them motherfuckers. Get them traitors out of there. Watch who's wearing the mask. They've been telling you. Q-Drop said, watch who's wearing the mask. Those wearing the mask is in on the dirt. Watch who's wearing the mask. When the president come out and he don't got a mask on, watch who's wearing the mask. You're going to know who all of the motherfucking dirty players is. They all know it's a hoax in D.C. So everybody wearing a mask is in on the hoax. They're not in on the cleanup. They're in on the dirt. That's why they walking around with that shit. That's why Trump don't wear one. He wants y'all to know, motherfuckers wearing that shit over here is in on the dirt. The Q-Drop already said it. The Q-Drop already said it. It said, watch who's wearing the masks. And the only motherfuckers wearing the masks is the motherfuckers that was taking lobby payments from Bill Gates and motherfuckers associated with the deep state. They called lobbyists. That shit wasn't illegal. It was immoral as fuck, but it wasn't illegal because they passed a bill that made it legal. So now it was legal to sell you out openly and freely in front of everybody and live on TV. Why did you think that they were so destined to destroy the IRA? Because they was able to have a lobby. Multiple people lobbying on the behalf of the right to bear arms. They could never stop them. Because they had motherfuckers like Charlton Heston with deep pockets that came out of their own pockets to promote the NRA so that the NRA never had to have to come out of their pocket and they can continue to build a stockpile of motherfuckers with firearms to tear this bitch up if need be. While y'all was asleep, I was watching, and I was wondering if y'all was gonna catch on. Some of y'all did, some of y'all didn't. Most of y'all didn't, because most of these motherfuckers still sleep. It's the end game now, so if you asleep, you just wasting time. If you sleep, you just wasting time, because you gonna either be part of the atmosphere. That don't count, sweetie. When your job, it's when you leave your job, do you take your mask off? Do you go everywhere you go? You putting on gloves like somebody ain't touched shit before you, and you ain't gonna touch multiple things with the gloves. Then take them off and then put them in your pocket and carry the motherfucking. That's just the dumbest shit. But when they require you to wear it at work, that's because they in on it. Or they too dumb to know the difference. Some of them too dumb, like the dollar store around the corner. You can't go in there and shop if you don't got on no mask. Well, I won't be shopping with you motherfuckers. So they got the technology. They know who these motherfuckers is. They still sleep. You know? And then they know the ones wearing the masks is just doing that shit. By the type of mask they're wearing. The more sleep you is, the more clinical your mask look. You know? But y'all ain't pay that shit no attention. Y'all watching too many people deal with the mask. And y'all not noticing that even among the ones wearing the mask, it's some that's different. They can't just put a mask on. They gotta have one on that look like the fucking Terminator, the Punisher, the Goblin, all that kind of shit. They can't just put on a regular old surgical mask. They gotta have some rebellious shit on there. Some of the girls, you know, they feminine, but their rebellion is the same. They got fucking hearts all over that bitch and flowers and shit, and they match their motherfucking hair ties and all kind of crazy shit. But that's because they half woke. They ego partially woke. You know, they diet woke. Motherfuckers on that saccharine shit. You know. So, think if I forget anything. That's gonna be about it. We're gonna wrap this one up here. But look, ground out to the earth. The 5-point connection is the easiest one for everybody to do. Just remember that when you make the 5-point connection, to elongate your back, try to stretch your spine out. Both knees, both palms, forehead to the dirt. And this is going to help you to clear your energy field and balance your energy out through all of those 5 points, so that the chakras can balance the rate in which they put out according to the rest of the vibration of your DNA. So it's 850. That's 50 sisters flips a queen. Queen seated off of a peace treaty. So on that, this is where we conclude this one. So y'all support the peace treaty among the brothers in the street. We need that shit bad. Peace out, one love, one nation. Modern American Judaica, or law, right here. It's the same thing rewritten in English as ignorantia juris non excusat, which means ignorance of the law excuses not, and ignorance of the law excuses no one. So just because you don't know that they tricking you, that don't mean they can't trick you. If you don't know what the law say, then if you want to be deceived, then you're going to be deceived. Okay, that was the Candace Queens. So I done went through all of the thumbnails, so we're gonna summarize and tie it all together now. Tell y'all what I discovered. So now, when the word Rothschild, right, actually means the blood shields, right? And it's talking about the blood rights that's been practiced to keep us oppressed. Now, the blood shield that is the Rothschilds, they are concealing wealth in their bloodline in order to live a certain lifestyle. So the Rothschilds got power, but they not the ones. They are in power because some Khazarians that live in Spain still pull their strings. They have smaller groups of them all over the world in little pockets. In America, we think that they are pale-skinned Jews. They are pale-skinned Jews, but they mulattoes. They look like Karl Marx or Albert Pike. So if I go pull up Karl Marx, you'll see what they look like, and then you understand more about what Elijah Muhammad meant when he said that the white man is the devil. Karl Marx, again, was the one who wrote the Communist Manifesto. He was the one JFK was talking about. So let me show you what he looked like so you'll see what he looked like. Because he wasn't Caucasian as most people believe. He was a Khazarian. Look, that's Karl Marx. That's who wrote the Communist Manifesto. Look at the texture of his hair. There's more pictures of him, so if you won't think that the texture is made up. You see him? Now watch when I pull up Albert Pike. And this Albert Pike. Look at the texture of his hair. Look. Look at the texture of his hair. Look, right here. You see it? Remember I showed you the Moorish birds from Spain? Here they go. Look. You 33rd degree master. Look. G is the 7-letter maid. They got him in the arches. That's the shrine. That's the shrine. Who in the shrine? The Mason. What Mason? Hiram. He in the shrine. Right? But it ain't really Hiram in the shrine. It's really the Christ. Look. Look at the texture of his hair. Look at his facial features. He's a mulatto. Look. This is the one who wrote Morals and Dogma for the Lodge. There's a whole lot of secrets in that book. Look. Morals and Dogma. Look at the symbols on the front now. Now remember I showed y'all the Moorish flags. Let's see if I can find them again. Where were they at? Here. See it? Now look. Same symbolism. Look, the crown, the pyramid, all of it there. Rothschilds are puppets. The Rothschilds ain't shit. Alright, now. That's Albert Pike. Y'all seen Karl Marx. Now, I'm going to show y'all this. And this was the guy that helped Karl Marx with the Communist Manifesto, another Khazarian. Look at him. Look at his beard. See? So, The Zionists are the ones who profess to be a Khazarian. The Khazarians are the ones that is controlling the money. The Khazarians are the ones who put the Pope in power. The Khazarians are the one that's reaping all of the rewards, but they're not allowed to put nothing in their name because it's against the rules. Now that the royal families have awakened, they have to return what they have. And all of it goes back to the King of Kings to be equally distributed among the people. They already know the gig is up. The righteous Moors got the imposters surrounded. They can't get away. They can't escape. So your satanic Jews that Farrakhan was speaking about, that is in that run the Jewish Defense League and the Anti-Defamation League, are your Khazarian Spaniard mulattoes who masquerade as righteous Moors in order to deceive everybody. And they use white people in a doctrine called white supremacy to use the minority as the lightning rod to suffer the backlash of their treachery. But when you go through the history, you will find these motherfuckers everywhere. People that look like me suffering, they there in mass. They've been doing business in your community from day one. And you don't know who your enemy is. Your enemy rests right among you. They call him a liar in wait. That means he sit back and wait. So, now that y'all know who the enemy is, who the imposters are, the Khazarian, Sephardi, Ashkenazi fake Jews. Before I go, I have to tell y'all exactly where is the Holy Land, exactly where is the Promised Land, and why it's not in the Middle East. The Holy Land is called the Abzu, Sub-Saharan Africa, because Enki's children was never supposed to be involved in the genetic cleanup that was part of the Promised Land. That if we can raise these people up and teach them how to run families, that they will have the right to live here under our rules, not this fake governmental system that y'all done been duped into. I'm talking about by the laws of Mott, by the laws of established justice. And that was the whole program of a great melding pot, what they call Brazilianization. It was to heal Earth from its wounds. So we took a big blow for that shit, you know. And I suffered the most. So I don't want to hear no crybaby shit. I ain't crying. It had to be done. You know, so now all we have to do is get to the identities of these fake Moors that's running behind the righteous Moors, trying to tell them to get a nationality card to keep their bitch asses in power. It's not going to happen on my watch. This is where we stand up and be like, enough is enough with the bullshit. Give me back my shit. That's it. Give me what's mine. That's what you guys, all you got to do is give me what's mine. And go home. Wherever the fuck that is, that's where you need to be, but it ain't here. Nowhere on this 6 sectillion ton rock do you supposed to be. We got passes for your ass out of here. They already know. Israel is not the Holy Land. Israel over, that's not even Israel. They just created that as Israel. That's not even Israel. That wasn't Israel before 1947, nowhere in the history of humanity. That has never been Israel. That has never been the Holy Land. Nowhere in the history of the world before 1947. Right? Now, World War II, Adolf Hitler gave a series of vexed grievances about the Balfour Declaration and about the oppressive reparations of the French. Right? And he also identified the same goddamn people behind the shit. So the Holy Land where the King of Kings is to be crowned is the African Republic of the Congo. Garvey wrote a play about it, but the play was based off the prophecy. This is the promised land. The Absu is the Holy Land. What you call Zulu land and Swaziland. Go look it up. That's the true Holy Land. Manadapa. Look it up. That's the Holy Land. Iwas was down there. They told you your story in Avatar. Iwas was in the Abzu. They cut the tree down in order to debilitate you. The only place on earth that's called the vagina is in land. Look it up. Do your research on Credo Mutwa Nats. You got to know what you're talking about, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, or I wouldn't be saying it. I've been giving y'all all of the facts. I've been walking y'all through it step by step. If you don't see it now, you ain't gonna never see it, and you're gonna end up being with the imposters. Wake the fuck up. The gig is up. The imposters is exposed. Chanel, white people are pawns in the chess game. White supremacy is a military doctrine written by some niggas.